We shall not cease from exploration, and at the end of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. So this goes to the heart of something that's really difficult for me to explain. It was a journey that I find difficult to put into words. And I came back from the breakdown that I had into a world where I started, but felt as if I was being acquainted with this world in a completely different way, as if I was to know it again, but in a way that I'd never known it before. There is something hugely precious about this transformational journey, and I believe it is a sacred journey as well. And I don't believe that it's an experience that I'm meant to hold within the walls of my own being, if that makes sense. That my experience is meant to help other people as well. And to speak about the other side of depression, to speak about the other side of despair, to let people know that there is a place beyond where you feel that you may be stuck. And I think that we are not meant to stay wounded. You know, we are meant to be in a process of movement, but I know what it's like to be going through years and years of life feeling stuck and feeling as if there's no hope. In the depths of this breakdown, I wasn't able to do anything very much for myself. And I had some friends that were able to do what I couldn't do. And for that I'm eternally grateful. These relationships and relationships in general have become even more precious to me now. I realize what we can do together. And I wanted to make an album as a musician and a composer that celebrated the fact that we are on this sacred journey. Even though the songs are in chronological order and tell a story about my own journey, it is really an archetypal human journey that many people have experienced. And it ends with a celebration of us being on this path together. So it's a celebration of our relationships and the potential that we have to positively impact each other's experience of this time that we're together. So there will be 2 videos coming up next from the album. One of them is called The Terminator, and this is an unabashed and how can I say, raw, honest portrayal as best as I could of my state of mind in the breakdown. And there are some voices that you hear. Some of these voices are what I had in my head at the time of going into the breakdown and feeling that I was losing my mind. And some of these were voices from the past, from my childhood, voices of rejection. As I was leading up to this breakdown, in my dreams and in my waking state, these voices were kind of more or less the same in both states. They were there and they were swirling around in my mind and gripping me with a sense of deep, deep terror. It was as if there was no space in me, and that the traumatic events of my life now had me firmly in their grip, and there was only pain, to the point where I was completely debilitated. So you will hear these voices in this piece of music called The Terminator, and you will also hear the voice of my guardian angel as well, who comes in and sings gently throughout this time. I didn't actually hear her in my breakdown, but I'm sure she was there, and I wanted to represent her on this track. And so I wanted to honour the fact as well that this was a sacred experience, and I think my defences were so high, I don't think that I could ever have really recovered from the past traumas and the current trauma that I was in, had I not completely fragmented and been able to make room for the new. The old had to be washed away first of all before the new could emerge, before a space could emerge for the new. And I believe that that was a sacred journey. The other video that I'll play is of Vita, and I'll put some information underneath the video about the way this video was made. It was a wonderful, wonderful thing that was created, and I had an idea to end the album with a piece of music that really celebrated points in our lives where we realise that something has changed in us, and that we've grown, and that we've been inspired, or we've been moved. Something profound that shifted something in us and changed the way that we see ourselves and see life. So I invited people from a diverse backgrounds, you know, different walks of life, and to say something, anything that they felt they would like to share. So I'm very grateful to everyone that did this. And I was very moved by it as well. So I wrote a piece of music called Vita, and we have Brad Jones as the boy soprano and Fionn Wyn Davis on saxophone. And so I wrote this song and I structured it in such a way that meant that we could insert the voices of the people who were recorded saying what they wanted to share with us all. So they're on the song. It's a celebration of our journey here.